Okay, this is it. Stop letting that man use you. What do I mean by that?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here. If you're new around here, thank you for stopping by. Make yourself comfortable. And for my returning viewers, you already know it's always love on this side. Before we dive into today's topic, please go ahead and do me a quick favor. Like this video, drop a comment, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're building a powerful community here, and your support goes a long way. Now, in today's episode, we're going to talk about something that doesn't get enough attention, but it affects so many people, especially women. I've put together some clips, real stories, real situations, and we're going to watch them together. After they play, I'll be giving you my thoughts, my review, and my breakdown on exactly why this topic matters. So let's roll the videos.
Okay, this is it. Stop letting that man use you. What do I mean by that? I mean just that. Stop letting him use you. Only see him when he wants something. You only see him when he needs something. When he's having a hard time, that's when he calls you. You call him, he don't even answer the phone. He call you up, hey, can I have a couple of dollars? You give it to him. He comes by and say, hey, can I use your car? And he's gone with your car for a month. You try to call, he don't even answer the phone. He does not want you. He wants what you have. He wants you to help him. And that's all that he wants, girl. Open your eyes and understand that you have more value than that. Stop letting that man use you like that. That's my tip.
You know the crazy thing about being desperate? You don't even know until it's too late. So I saw someone recently say something like, you shouldn't want anything that doesn't want you back in the same way or even more. And that really hit me. Because like imagine you're walking through a desert for weeks without water, without food, and then someone comes along and offers you a tall, cold glass of rubbing alcohol. Chances are you'd probably take it because they look the same. I mean, after all, how bad could it be? You just need anything, you need something. So that's kind of what desperation looks like, right? Like when you're chasing for something and you're frustrated because you can't have it, you can't get it, but you're willing to take anything and everything just to get a little taste or a little piece of that thing. Crazy thing is, if you were in your sound, confident, relaxed mind, you'd probably be able to smell that rubbing alcohol right away and throw it right back in that person's face. There's an older version of you that would never accept this, that would never tolerate this, that would never do this. But with desperation over time, when you really are chasing after that one thing, whether it's that person, whether it's that job, whether it's that opportunity, whether it's that relationship, it causes you to shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink and lose yourself just to attain a little taste of what you get. Like you start to settle. But I feel like there's always a little voice in you that knows that something isn't right, that you kind of don't deserve this, or deep down something feels weird. But you start to convince yourself that it's okay and that it doesn't matter, that this is the thing that you want and then you must have it. So, yeah, that thing that you're thinking about right now, yeah, the thing that just popped up in your mind, ask yourself, is it worth losing your mind, your integrity, your values, yourself just to have that? I like to believe in the quote that everything that I want wants me even more. And that is a powerful place to be in. Desperation can make objects seem larger than they appear depending on the mirror. What is this situation mirroring about you right now?
Ladies, men can smell desperation and low self worth, and they know the type of women that they can treat bad. Here's why. And if you don't voice your concerns and you don't voice when he's inconsistent, what that tells him is that you don't have the confidence to walk away from the situation, i.e., you deserve less. And sis, you know you deserve way more. If you ignore the red flags, you know he's a red flag and you're still there and you know that he shouldn't be in your life and you still allow it. And that means that he feels that he can do anything he wants in a relationship and continue as is. If you don't know your standards, be a strict babe and stick to them, they're going to walk all over you and they can always smell when you're ready to lower their standards for them. If you have poor boundaries or allow men to continuously give you low effort, that sends a message to them that you allow breadcrumbs and it's never okay. And if your self-care game is lacking, you haven't done the inner work and you're not fully healed, that's the type of stuff that draw these type of low dusty bees to you like flies on honey. Ladies, you have to do that inner work so that you have the self-love and standard to connect with men that deserve you. Ladies, we are leveling up and only connecting with men that give us the princess treatment. And if you want more feminine energy dating tips like this, follow me.
Are we going to start teaching these men some manners? So, my junior year, no, my sophomore year of college, I was hanging out with this boy I liked. His name was Brian. I was hanging out with him, and he had took me to hang out with like him and his family. You know, nothing too crazy. We were just sitting outside, and I was sitting with the ladies, and he was josing with him and his uncle or something, like his homeboys or whatever the case may be. Well, I was real close by, and I heard the conversation going on, and I heard him saying, "Oh, you know, oh, I don't get women. I don't get women. It is what it is." Da 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 da. And his uncle was like, "Oh, what about her?" He's gonna tell these people, "Oh, she's just desperate." All right.
You know, I came across this video of this man, and he was giving all of the reasons that some men have left their partners. I guess they had wrote in, and one man said that he left his woman because her eyes didn't dilate when she saw him. Another one said that his wife had cancer at the time, and she had lost all her hair due to chemo, and that he likes women with long hair. One said that he likes women. He didn't tell the girl, he told her mother. The reason why he left his wife was because he likes women who have a father figure in their lives. Now, her father left when she was 4 years old. Some of these men want to be able to step out, want to be able to leave you for the absolute dumbest of reasons. The most shallow, the most insignificant, the most absurd reasons possible. Now, I'm not sure how well you follow politics, but like in a state like Texas, they're trying to get rid of something called no-fault divorce, which is basically they don't want women to be able to leave them. Now, they want to leave you for dumb reasons or step out on you for dumb reasons, but they don't want women to have the ability to be able to leave them. I don't know if you guys are noticing, but they want to return the United States to the 50s. They want to return the United States to a time where women had no rights, where women had no ability to be able to leave. The more the men are not being married and not having kids, and the more the women are saying, "I'd rather stay single than be with somebody like you," the more they are trying to make you feel like you're stuck with them. They're trying to change the laws. They're trying to change the rules. They want you to be stuck with them. Ladies, don't let anybody make you feel any kind of way for not being in a relationship or for not being married. You want to make sure if you take a step like that, it's with somebody who's worth it. Because in some of these cases, they want you to be stuck with them forever, no matter what they do to you. So you may notice there are so many men, so many politicians saying we want to go back to the good old days. They really mean they want to go back to the days when women had no rights. Because women had no rights, they could have a whole other family across town and she couldn't leave. She had no bank account. She couldn't buy a house on her own. She had no job. She didn't make the same amount of money. Like, she couldn't get an education. Like, they want you to go back to the time where you needed men, not wanted them, needed men in order to survive. And the reason why they're throwing up, crying, sliding down the wall, trying to change and fix everything in their favor is because they're realizing slowly but surely the only way you'll be able to keep a modern day woman is if you're actually good to her.
All right, now that we've seen the videos, let's get into the real discussion. The title of today's topic is Men Use Women Who Are Desperate, and we're going to talk all about how that happens, why it happens, and most importantly, how you can protect yourself from being used and manipulated. Now, let's start with the word desperation. The question is, what is desperation in a relationship? Now, desperation is when you want something so badly, in this case, love, attention, or companionship, that you're willing to settle for less than you deserve. It's when you ignore the red flags, lower your standards, and let someone treat you in a way that doesn't honor your worth just because you're afraid of being alone or left out. Now, desperation doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. It happens when you're a little tired of waiting, or when you're tired of heartbreak and tired of loneliness. But unfortunately, there are people, especially some men, who can sense that desperation. And instead of treating you with care, they use it to their advantage. Now, let's go into the talking points one by one. The first one being, when you're desperate, a man will use you. Now, this is the cold truth. If you're showing signs that you're desperate, texting too much, always being available, ignoring mistreatment, a manipulative man will take advantage. He doesn't want you, he wants access. What I mean is, he wants access to your time, your money, your body, your emotional labor, or even your home cooked meals. But when you finally open your eyes, you realize he was never truly invested in you. He was invested in what you could give him. So, the second point that I have for you, ladies or men, is that you have to know your standards and stick to them. Now, if you don't know your standards, your boundaries, your deal breakers, how will you know when someone crosses them? So, men can sense when you're unsure. And if you're always saying it's okay, or I guess I can let that slide, they take it as permission. They know when you're willing to bend, and if you keep bending, you break. So please know that your standards are your protection. Your standards communicate your self-worth. Your standards tell people how to treat you. And lastly, your standards help you avoid situations that waste time. So stick to your standards even when you're lonely. Stick to them even when he's cute, even when he's charming, or even when he has money. Because, girl, I know that when the cuteness kicks in, when the Prince Charming appears, especially when he has money, logic leaves the room immediately. But real love meets your standards. It doesn't ask you to lower them. So stay woke, sis. Moving on, low boundaries is equal to low effort. When you accept the bare minimum, you keep getting the bare minimum. If he only texts you, if he only texts you late at night, only sees you when it's convenient for him, and you keep saying it's fine, that becomes your relationship standard. So here are a few tips to help you improve your boundaries. First of all, learn the power of the word no. Ladies, learn to say no without guilt, without feeling guilty. Secondly, don't always be available. Let people earn your time. You have a life as well. You've got plans, and I know you're going to be caught up in the web of relationship is equal effort, but let people earn your time. When they earn your time, they get to value it because they know that you're not always available for them. So when you're available, they make sure that they use that time wisely. Thirdly, expect consistent communication, not excuses. The best way you can learn about the way someone feels about you is if they show you through their actions. So if someone is not consistent in their communication, that is an immediate red flag. Fourthly, don't explain or justify your needs. They are valid. The same way you are valid, your needs are valid. So don't try to justify or explain them. So when you raise your standards and reinforce your boundaries, the men who just want to use you will disappear, and that's a good thing. The men that want to use you would disappear. You'd rather be alone than be with someone that just wants to use you, right? So if you haven't healed, you attract unhealed people. Now, if your self-care game is low, as one of the girls said in the video, meaning if you haven't done the inner work, the healing, and the reflection, you attract people who reflect your wounds. So in order for you to build strong inner work, what helps, and this has been tried and tested in my case, journal your thoughts and feelings weekly. that will become a place where you just dump your thoughts and your feelings. And as you do that on a weekly basis, you start to realize or take note of what stands out. Secondly, please go for therapy or find a safe space to unpack your trauma. Because if you do not unpack it through therapy or through a safe space, it would definitely show up in your relationship. Thirdly, set goals for emotional growth. Now, I know emotional growth is not linear, but it's very important to have a track of goals to tick as you grow emotionally. Fourthly, please practice self-love affirmations daily. What you say to yourself is what you become. Lastly, spend time alone without feeling lonely. Learn how to be your own best friend, because the relationship that you have with yourself is the longest relationship you're ever going to be in. So remember, you don't heal for a man, you heal for you, so that the love that you attract matches the love that you give. Now, moving on, we're going to talk about how men can smell insecurity. I don't know what God put in these creatures' noses, but these men smell insecurity right when it shows up. So this may sound harsh, but some men are like predators. They can sense when you're not confident. So if you're always second guessing yourself, overly complimenting him, or afraid to challenge bad behavior, you might as well have a sign on your forehead that says you're an easy target. So confidence is not arrogance, it's knowing your worth and acting accordingly. So walk in the room like you belong there. Speak up when something feels wrong. Trust your intuition, that little voice that says, this doesn't feel right. Moving on, we're going to talk about how you have to stop trying to prove you're worthy of love. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. If a man is right for you, he'll see your value without you having to beg for attention or to buy his love or constantly perform. The right love comes with ease. It doesn't feel like a performance. So you deserve that kind of peace. And also know that attention is not affection. Now, this is a big one. So just because a man is giving you attention doesn't mean he cares. Attention is easy. A DM, a like, a fire emoji. Affection is intentional, it's consistent, it's caring, and it's respectful. So don't confuse digital crumbs for a real connection. Also, stop playing therapist in relationships. Please stop. You're not his mother, you're not his counselor. If a man is broken and not willing to heal himself, it's not your job to fix him. That's emotional labor, and it will burn you out. You deserve a partner, not a project. And also know that love is not sacrifice. A healthy relationship should not cost you your peace, your dreams, your friends, or your self-worth. So stop believing that struggling for love makes it more valuable. You should not have to suffer to be loved, because you're already worthy just as you are. And also know that you're the prize. You, yes, you watching, you are the prize. Repeat that to yourself until you believe it. You bring value, you bring love, you bring care, softness, wisdom, as well as strength. The man who is meant for you will recognize that and honor him. And he'll honor it, sorry. So you don't have to chase him. The real ones don't need chasing. Whew. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for sticking with me. These conversations are not always easy, but they're necessary. I hope you felt seen, heard, and maybe even challenged to take a deeper look at the type of love you're accepting. Now, let me leave you with this question. Have you ever stayed in a situation where you were being used because deep down you are afraid of being alone. Now, I want to hear all those juicy stories. I have the time. I want to hear your thoughts and I want to hear your truth. So drop a comment below and let's have a conversation in the comment section. Let's support each other. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We have more real topics, deep conversations, and healing content on the way. And if there's anything that you would like me to discuss, please drop it in the comments below. From me, it's goodbye, much love, and stay blessed.